Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We are back. This is session 65. Our party finds themselves in the Twisted Caverns.
Bum, bum, bum.
Let's,
I find myself on the Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage page.
How do you find yourself in front of me?
I don't even know how you find yourself in front of me, honestly, Jay.
Just specifically calls out Jay.
Specifically, Jay.
They need to put a mini map in Rocket League. That's all I'm saying. Just let me see little red dots where my teammates are.
Nope.
So when someone says
being...
"move, get out of the way," I know if we need to get out of the way. Left.
Called being
or just
aware.
Yeah, or they just put a disclaimer saying that this is required to play this game.
Maybe just take off the blinders. I know you like your pony play, but.
Okay, just the fact that it got called pony play, and okay, I love that Zach is drinking tea because he's just over there just sip.
I like caffeine Zach better.
Pony play is a specific thing. Don't Google it. It's weird. But it's a specific thing.
You heard it here. Don't Google it. All right, let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. Let's start a little bit of a recap. Previously, in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, the party found themselves in a fight for their lives on the outskirts of Elune, the Aboleth's territory. While they had managed to stem the tide of troglodytes that fell upon them from the east, the Chulls to the west had been successful in dragging Ashes down into the depths. Matashtai plunged into the water to help him. Bones, too, was dragged in by another Chull, and Ezrah was beset by the remaining Trogs. After a series of desperate gambits that saw every single member of the party into the murky, polluted waters, the last of the Chulls were defeated. Just before Bones was dragged into the Great Lake Chamber. The party crawled from the water, and immediately began to put distance between themselves and the Aboleth's territory. They had survived their initial encounter with the creature, but had realized that it had formidable resources at its disposal. They would need to rest and potentially rethink their approach. Their retreat led them back through the Zirkwood Forest and to the Great Chasm of Bats, where they found the Drow Quaggoths residing. The creatures were less than helpful, bordering on hostile. This caused the party to venture southward to look for a more secluded location to camp. While searching a nearby cave, they were attacked by small, flying squid creatures, Darkmantles. Fortunately, the party had little difficulty in routing the ambush predators and soon found themselves setting up camp. However, they were still within Elune's realm of influence, and ended up dealing with a projection of the creature who questioned them, attempted to reason with them, and when all else failed, made it clear that he would annoy them to the point of making it impossible to rest in this area. Frustrated, the party left, venturing northwest past the Quaggoth, a large guano-filled chamber where two drow warriors were making sport of the bats nearby. These drow also proved less than hospitable, responding to the party with thinly veiled insults. Realizing the Twisted Caverns presented hostility at almost every turn, the party ventured back north to the cavern where they had met Darabeth the Mage. Surprisingly, she was still there, and after some conversation, the party decided to rest within her cavern in Ezrah's arcane dome. Matashtai was concerned for Darabeth, and though several members of the party held reservations about her inclusion in the protective dome, Matashtai invited her in, hoping that the environment and the rest might prove efficacious in healing her ailments. Ezrah, towards the end of the rest, while on his watch, heard her sobbing from within her tent. As we fade back in. Everyone should now be on the Twisted Caverns map. Swap on some Twisted Cavern music. Not that one. This one.
I mean, that's a form of music, Jeremy. Come on.
We don't want to just listen to bats for 5 minutes. Hard pass. Okay. So, it is the end of Last Watch, right? You all find yourselves rousing. You all kind of begin to wake, stretch, get up, break your fast, relieve yourselves, that type of stuff, right? Each of you needs to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, cool. My favorite.
Oh no! Oh, let's
The
let
DC
Jay go.
is
I
10.
need to see it.
I did it. I'm a god.
Come on, Jay, you can do it.
I too did it, for I am a god. Jay
Yes!
did it
Jay did it.
because he is a
Proud of
god.
you. Ezra failed, which is
He
unfortunate.
did not. For
Talk
he's
shit,
not
get
a
hit,
god.
bro.
Okay.
I'm over it. As people are moving and getting their mornings handled, I would attempt to subtly draw Matashtai's attention.
So Matashtai, as everyone is going about their business and kind of getting prepped and up and ready for the morning, you see Ezra kind of like trying to catch your eye,
And tapping
Yes.
tapping the forehead.
and as he taps, right? As he taps, and you realize, right, he's trying to like get you to, you know, broach telepathic bonds. You see this sudden look across his face, and his brow furrows, and he turns and he just vomits, just hard vomits, repeatedly, getting down to the point where like he's taken down to his knees, vomiting onto the cavern floor.
Well,
He looks a bit
I'll rush
peaky.
over.
Rub his back.
Yeah, run over, rub his back, and
Gives
then
him a little
sneak in.
Sprite.
Yeah, I guess some 7-Up. Yeah.
He
Not
is
sponsored.
he is warm to the touch, and you can see he seems a little swollen, maybe a little inflamed. As he's kind of like choking up the last vestiges of vomit, right? You can see he's kind of like got crusties around his eyes and around his nostrils, just a little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna take out the staff of healing, and I'm gonna use 2 charges to try and lesser restoration him.
Okay.
I'm gonna bonk him while he's throwing up.
Okay. How many charges do you have left?
Actually, I had 3. I need to re-roll to see what we got back.
No, you do not.
I don't.
No.
What does that mean?
I mean, it's not a new day. Your staff, your wand, you guys
Oh,
haven't gotten
okay.
any new charges
Sure,
back. It's
then
not a new
I
day.
have 1 left.
Okay.
So at some point in the next so many hours, the charges are just gonna
Yep.
magically be there.
I will let you. I mean, so you
Oh, I
guys,
should probably
you
dig
guys
up
are
then,
not,
'cause I think I'm going for
you're
it.
not thick. You're able to track that. You're not going to be super precise, but you're able
I'm
to track the general time. It's 11ish, maybe close to midnight on the surface,
good.
probably.
Glad we fucked our sleep schedules up.
And with knowledge, right, when your stuff, any rechargeable abilities or those types of things, they roll at 6 a.m. basically. They roll at dawn or the concept of dawn.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Then I have one left.
Okay. The lesser restoration, the magic from the Staff of Healing, washes over Ezra, and does seem to calm him pretty quickly. His face loses its flush. You have a hand on him. His skin is rapidly cools, right? He's still kind of like feeling the effects of being diseased, but you have purged him of the disease that gripped him.
Do we know that like was that a magic effect that we know we resisted, or did we just roll just to see if we were affected or not?
You guys can surmise.
Just from being down here.
What's your insinuation? What do you think happened?
Ezra assumes it's from the mushrooms, some sort of a spore reaction.
Okay. So you all might have different assumptions. If anyone wants to try to ascertain something, they could either do something like a nature or like a medicine or something like that. If you're trained in something,
I'm trained
not
in nature.
currently trained in it. No,
I'm not trained in any of the above. I am trained in insight. Can I understand the intention of the mushrooms around us to see if they're...
So it comes up in conversation, right? So obviously Ezra is diseased, and Matashtai uses some of the charges of the healing staff to remove that disease, but now it's a concern. Now you all are kind of like, wait, what caused this? What's going on? And the concept of the mushrooms gets thrown around a little bit. Bones, you're able to pretty reliably say that it's unlikely to be that. With your nature check, and what you guys have experienced with the mushrooms so far, it doesn't seem as though just being around them for an extended period of time would cause any real scenario. It occurs to you that all of you got dunked in fouled, incredibly polluted, tainted water. And obviously from the water, what Elune the Aboleth has done to the river in this place is supernatural in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Just being in the waters themselves can make you ill. And that's just a single, that's like you went skinny dipping and got this. If you were actually like a fish living in this for an extended period of time, who the fuck knows what, or more so, if any of you had like really drank the water.
So had we lost our breath and inhaled?
Well, there was a little bit of that, but not enough, it seems, to have caused any issue. Actually, though, amusingly enough, it was Ezra was the one who lost his breath under. So.
That is fitting. That's very on point.
But yeah, so Bones, you're able to kind of like suss this out, and then via conversation,
I'm a nature god.
Everyone is able to kind of like hit, oh yeah, this and this, and oh yeah, actually Ezra was the one to swallow some water.
Swimming in the sewage might do that.
Yeah.
As Ezra is slowly recovering, he's gonna again attempt to draw Matashtai.
And with all the commotion,
I just don't get it. No one doesn't get it. Yeah, what's up, Ezra?
So I just want to let you know that our new ally, she had a rough evening, at least during my watch. No one said anything when I was woken from my watch, but There were some whimpering noises coming from the tent, and I did go investigate. And she was, it seemed like she was crying in her sleep. So if I am relaying information, if you would like to kill her, that's up to you. But
She cried. She must be a demon. Kill her.
About right.
I did hear that devils may cry.
Get out.
No, you're done. Pack it up. Go home.
Of course,
Friendship
they
done.
would make the joke. If you would like to further inquire, I just wanted to let you know since you seemed concerned about her well-being.
Yeah, I'll check on her. So as we're getting up, did she also get up, or she still?
Yeah.
in the tent?
So she was kind of rousing when you all got up as well, and during the commotion, right? She is definitely awakened. At this point, she's kind of like poked her head out of the tent flap and now has opened the tent flap, kind of like in this shine of like, I'm up, I'm away. Like she's still like not walking about. She's kind of like she comes off as being very demure or private, so she's not just like waltzing around y'all's camp. She's just kind of like staying put, waiting to be told. I don't know.
Okay. Then I'll just kind of head over to the tent and kind of, hey, morning. How you doing? Well, evening or whatever time it is.
Right.
Yes.
Good midnight.
It's whenever you wake is when you wake. It's time is doesn't really mean much down here.
Well, I'm starting to see
Too
that.
bad our magic items seem to disagree.
How you feeling? Did you get some decent sleep?
Oh yes, the T-High and I were quite comfortable. Thank you very much.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. We'll say we're gonna start packing up camp here in a bit, probably after we eat and get our stuff together. Are you planning on sticking around here still, or?
I think I will likely leave today. I might need a few a little while to muster my courage and prepare my spells for the day. But
Mustard.
today seems like it should be the day.
All right. Remind me again, where were you head?
Just back up to the surface. I've been below for quite some time.
All right. Well, when you make it back up top, if you feel like staying in Waterdeep for a bit, you can look up our tavern, Troll Skull, or sorry, the Lifted Spirits Inn.
Roll Skull.
Daryl, do you have any money?
We don't have an inn. We have a
Wait, what?
bar.
I'm asking if she has any money.
There's rooms up above. We can rent them out.
I have a bit of coin. Yes.
Okay. If you can find the exit that's right beneath the yawning portal, Dernan, the person that runs the place, usually takes a gold to haul you out.
A steep price, but one that I am aware of.
Okay. Just making sure.
Thank you for your concern.
All right.
All right.
Well, hopefully we see you up top.
She, she kind of nods, and sensing that you all are kind of like about to, do what you need to do to break down camp and get ready to head out. She kind of extricates herself. She partially, helps pack up the tent and everything like that, having slept in it. And then she moves out and away with Tiha, and goes over to a series of toadstools and actually starts to break out some of the contents of her backpack and lay things out. Clearly, just like checking things, going about her business. So,
Right.
is there anything else that you all would like to do or discuss, or?
What are we trying to do here?
So, guys, what are we doing about the Aboleth?
Jeremy, quick point of inquiry.
Yes.
The Husnarketa, has that not recharged either?
Is it a daily recharge?
I believe it's every day.
Dawn? Yeah, then that would also not have recharged yet either.
So I would use my last charge to pop mage armor.
It destroys and shit. No, okay, gotcha.
I have used the last charge on that before. Fuck you.
I was just kidding. Yeah, I rolled a 1 in my head, so that's why it destroys this time.
Unfortunately, your head doesn't work that way.
Oh, damn.
Your head
Rats.
doesn't operate under the rules of RNGesus.
Shit.
I mean, we still
Where's
have
your head
water
at?
breathing, right? We can just like
24
go
hours.
after it,
24 hours, yep.
Yeah.
or we can just.
But
try
we
and
did
explore
realize that, spending too much time in the water is not good for your health.
Yeah, well, fighting an aboleth isn't either. But
Yeah, I was gonna
Also
say,
true.
I don't know that we really have a choice in that matter. Unless we can think of a way to get him out of the water. But we need to know something he wants.
Do we know what room you went in when you encouraged attention? Matashtai?
You were in the room too, with all those bodies. That's where I met the illusion.
No. You remember you ran on the water down the tunnel and said you saw stuff.
Did you see
and
land?
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's like a big lake or whatever in there, and there was across the way there was a little island that had another big.
Now,
Spinning boy on
somebody,
you didn't say
saw-
land ho, so I don't...
Somebody said they saw like boats or rafts, something like that. Correct?
That is true. We did have the rafts
Yeah,
in
they're-
the chamber where we originally domed up.
Oh, you're kidding.
So we could raft out to that little island I saw.
Ashes,
could just
do you feel strong
explore
enough to
tomorrow.
fight the current?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty okay about that.
And we could also see if there's any other entrances to the riverway or the waterway there.
And I will say we probably need to be concerned that all those things that we killed probably were not all of its.
Hey, didn't the aboleth complain about the Kuatoa? Like he wasn't on good terms with them?
Yeah.
Dude, let's get them to help.
You want
And then-
to try to recruit the fish people.
I do, yes.
That
And if
sounds
they
good
don't-
enough to work.
And if they don't want to help, well, we've got a bounty for 1,000 gold.
Do fish people speak common?
I might have a solution to that. And I pull out my ritual book that allows me to cast Comprehend Language.
Doesn't that last for like a minute, or how long does that last?
Hour, 1
Every
hour.
minute. Every minute you have to recast it.
Do you want to like cast
Find
it?
somebody.
You
when
mean
we
every
find
10
them-
minutes I have to recast it because it's a ritual. And that's
Like,
the
I
only
know
way
I-
I
can cast
slurp
it.
my potion of
You-
comprehend languages that I bought from the alchemist.
We,
There you go.
do you guys want to find the fish people before
Yeah,
we do
yeah.
this, or
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean-
all right.
I'll
So-
just need 10 minutes is what it comes down to.
We find them. Just a whole.
Hold up. Hold up.
1 second.
Un momento.
I mean, Ezra normally stands like 60 feet away from the party.
That's true.
How is this
actually.
different?
In 10
Alright.
minutes, things escalate. We're suddenly fighting. Now I can speak to them. They say, "Fuck you."
let's go.
You've
let's go
insulted
southeast.
all of our gods
Southwest.
and customs. You've insulted our
southwest.
ancestors. You murdered our children. You shall die.
That is rude and false and inaccurate, but sorry.
I vote we go southwest and try and find them.
Okay.
You know what?
Well, we did
Yeah.
see the one south of the Ropers.
Yeah, that's southwest of here.
Yep. Just we have a path to follow.
I have an impeccable sense of direction, and I'm cat.
All right. So, sounds like you guys have come up with a course of action. You're gonna head southwest. Give me marching order.
1.
2.
3.
As we're about to head
7.
out, it's kind of
7.
as we're about to head out, I just kind of look over to Darabeth and say, "All right, we're heading out. You sure you're all right on your own heading up?"
I should be fine. I plan to just avoid anything, and if necessary, I can always just run with some enhancement.
All right, then. See you later.
That's a good spell.
If you run into the Legion, let them know that you're friends of ours.
Also, if you get to the surface and you need a place to hang out, we got a tavern in Troll Skull.
Yes. So I've been told.
Right. Bye.
Okay. Are you guys marching back to back, except for Ezra or Bones? Are you scouting ahead or anything like that?
I go ahead.
How far ahead?
30 feet.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like super approximate or super detailed. I'm just like trying to get a general gist.
1.5 car lengths.
1.5 car lengths. What is that? Is that like?
It's like
Actually,
12, 15 feet.
I have no idea, honestly.
Depending on the vehicle we're referring to.
18 cubits.
18 cubits. Okay.
Is it 2 extended limousines or?
So,
8 grapples.
It's,
quick question.
The limo Hummers, actually.
There we go.
Quick question.
7.
Can everyone see that?
Everything just turned yellow.
Okay. If it's yellow, it's Matashtai's
mellow.
light.
It's like an off-white.
More like a mother of
Bro,
pearl.
I was gonna say that's definitely like
That's
a.
not a
light
mother of pearl. That's a pale yellow. Y'all are fucked up.
Y'all got some fucked up eyes.
This yellow if you're moderately hydrated.
All right. You guys begin to head out of the cavern, and as you do, you
I
leave
want to be on
behind.
the edge of the light. Can I be on the edge of the light?
Yeah, we can get there. Give me a second to narrate that scenario, my friend. As you
Okay, well,
guys are leaving the cavern, you hear behind you, right? You leave behind the phosphorescent glow of the moss there, and the kind of like soft, whispery breeze that kind of like goes through that area, and you hear Darabeth kind of very quietly, "Today's the day, Tia. We're gonna do it.
Fuck those guys.
We've got this. We've got this."
Said like someone who absolutely doesn't have this.
Okay. So Bones, you want to be like on the edge of the light, is what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So, Bones, if that is the case, you make it back through the stalagmites to where you fought against the 2 hidden ropers at the uneven crossroads. You see no signs of their corpses.
Dope.
Are you continuing?
I stopped to mark a cat face.
Okay.
As if to signify it's safe. And
Are
then
you
continue.
continuing southwest?
Yeah.
Okay. So you head down southwest towards the.
Oh Lord, the shadows in this place are weird. You can't tell what room is what.
It is a twisty, turny cavern.
That's
As
what
you
they
kind of
call the twisty caverns.
As you
The
kind of
popcorn
come
room.
to this section, trying to keep the light at your back, your eyes kind of glowing in the darkness ahead of you, you hear. Actually, are you moving stealthily?
Yeah, stealthy.
Roll a stealth for me.
It's 26.
Because you are so stealthy, you do see this creature before it sees you. So you come up to this tunnel, and you begin to hear, right, these sounds of water. And you see this fishman kind of like crouch down near the edge of a slimy wall. His big eyes, kind of like one big eye turned to the side, like looking down the tunnel at you. But you realize just for a brief second, he doesn't see you before you see him.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, because as he does finally see you, see like the shine of your eyes or a glimmer. Sorry, it wouldn't be a shine in your eye. He sees like a glimmer of the light behind you or something like that. He immediately like, and then turns and dives into the water. You hear the splash.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
Auf Wiedersehen, good day.
But press forward just a tad, and you find a tunnel leading to the south, and you can see beyond it this Pebble Beach shore and a river. The river. But you also see a tunnel heading westward.
Alright, I'll wait for everybody to let them know what has happened.
Everybody kind of catches up. And as you do, you find bones at this crossroads, or at this fork in the road.
So we found one. He got spooked by the light and dove in the river.
So negotiations have started off well.
Do we head to the water to follow, or do you think we follow the river in some way, trying to find out where their village is?
Perhaps I take the time to give us at least an hour, so if we do interact, we are able to communicate.
Sure.
Okay.
I take 10 minutes and cast Comprehend Language on myself.
Okay. You guys hold for 10 minutes. As that is happening, Bones, once
that's
or
me.
twice during this 10 minutes, you can see, because your perception is so high, your passive perception is so high, you see heads surface in the river, just barely, and their big eyes kind of like blink, and then they duck back down. So you have been seen, and it seems as if they're keeping an eye on you.
So, how do we get their attention without them, kind of doing the whole running away thing? Is there like a universal peace sign?
Hello there.
I don't know. Ezra, go talk to him.
Are they breaching the water, or
They're watching us.
I would, in a attempting to be in a not threatening
Hands out.
manner.
forward.
I mean, look at me. I am not threatening, regardless.
Fair enough.
Would call out, excuse me, Kuatoa, we wish to speak. We mean no harm. And you all understand what I'm saying. because it isn't
Jake's-
common.
Jake says, "No, Italian American. I would not like to speak to you."
Sure.
From where you currently are, right? It seems as if the Kuatoa are unsure, right? The way they are reacting, Bones. It seems as if they are unsure of what to make of you or the situation. Bones, you do see one of them kind of like breach the surface and like give a start as it hears Ezrah speak, but they don't respond. They just kind of like hide again.
Yeah, I don't think they're decision makers.
We know you're out there. Perhaps you can send a person to discuss terms?
Get no response.
We're gonna keep walking now. If you change your mind, we will not attack unless attacked upon.
You get no response.
That's fine.
Alright, I'll leave.
I look at Bones and Ashes. We will not attack unless attacked upon.
Okay.
I'll loop back around. Yeah, that's a loop. That's a loop.
So
Guys,
Bones pads down the western passage, trying to find a new direction to travel, and is back in 30 seconds. Just that. Yeah, that's a loop. That's a loop.
yeah, it's loops. It loops. In case anyone was wondering.
Okay, Bones, you step up to the edge of the river, and you can see, at this point in the river, it's only about 30 to 40 feet wide, sluggishly moving along, winding towards the southeast. But across the way, across on the other side of the river, you can see these little cutouts, these little gouges in the wall where it looks like river has worn away. The water has worn away over time when it's like a higher level or something like that, right? And
High
in
tide.
those spaces, you can see figures standing there in the darkness. Fish folk, blubber skin, purplish, and they see you.
I say.
Ow.
The one that you see in particular, you can see motions on the other side of them, right? But it's hard to make things out. But the one that you see is standing there, and it has this weird staff with this two-pronged pincer on the end of the staff. And in its other hand, it's holding this hook.
That would be a bident.
And it just kind of like looks at you. It doesn't wave, but it doesn't like brandish the weapon or anything.
Ezra, talk to this one.
What? Ezra will approach.
Yeah, try
Okay.
not to get slaved.
Try not to get slayed.
That's what we should do. We should enslave all of these creatures.
All right.
They're mine now.
So Ezra comes up to the edge of the water. Matashtai, Ashes, are you guys coming up as well?
Yeah, I'll follow up,
yeah.
but like at a decent distance, so I'm not like doesn't look like we're charging at him or whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, you guys aren't like rushing the river. You're just kind of like walking up to the
Yeah.
river.
Yeah.
So you
Weapons bestowed empty-handed.
Bones and Ezra, you both kind of watch this as Matashtai comes up behind. The fish folk on the edge of the river, the one with the now readily identifiable man catcher.
Catches mans.
It is
Not cats though, only mans.
only man's. Is
Good thing we have no humans in this party.
as the light hits,
True.
right? It kind of like it shrinks back and it hisses, and it kind of like puts a hand up in front of its big bulbous eyes, like clearly unused to the light.
All right. Well, I like kind of block it so it's not blinding
Okay.
Maybe it just
our new buddy here. Or like I put it behind me.
Yeah, you just dim it. You just like
Yeah.
put it in your jacket, and it's kind of like blossoming some light. Yeah.
just ambient light.
Okay.
Greetings. We are adventurers that have been charged with exploring this area.
Okay.
We mean no harm and wish to parlay and
Immediate
We're
harm. Say
taking a
immediate harm.
census. How many
Okay.
are you?
The fishman kind of like looks at you, and when it's looking at you, its face is almost always like pointed at its side, right?
So
like
got
it's
the
looking
one
at you with
eye.
one
Yep.
eye, right? And it's
Flounders.
disconcerting, right? Yeah, it's this weird scenario, and when it's listening to you, it's basically got this big fisheye on you, and its mouth just does this. So like its mouth just constantly moves and pops just when it's listening to you, right? And then it pauses for a moment after you speak to it, and it says, "You," and as it speaks, it's this kind of like weird, rumbly, gurgly, burbly, kind of throaty voice, right? You all understand it as Undercommon, right? Okay. So a little broken, right? Kind of like a bastardized version of Common, right? But understandable enough for you, if somewhat broken. And it says, "You find yourselves here, odd time travelers, river sick, young guy." And you see him like eye you up and down, kind of like a piece of meat. And he says, "Food is hard to come by.
is there a source of this sickness?
He kind of like growls gutturally. He murlocs you, right? And he shakes his pincer in the air, just like very, very displeased, obviously, right? And he says, "The great beast, the tentacle creature."
Great, very big beast.
I believe we have a common interest then.
Big beastie.
Perhaps we can help each other.
What is your interest?
I mean, shouting is probably not the best of ways to announce our intent.
He like one big glassy eye, just like. Boom.
I turn around. Matashtai, can you
The boy will be blind.
Oh, you want me to talk
Here's
to
the
him?
thing. I think if the aboleth can hear us, he could probably tap into telepathic conversations as well.
We don't know that.
I will postulate that in character. Like,
But so you're gonna have to like give me a lowdown on what's going on because I can't hear anything you've said to this man yet.
You can. It's all.
It's undercommon.
It's all undercommon.
Oh, I'm
We
sorry. I
got
thought
it.
this was in fish speak. My
Nope.
bad.
It's all.
Okay.
It's all. He speaks broken and very throaty, but it's all undercommon.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
okay.
throaty, baby.
All right. So we're just trying to work out an alliance.
They have expressed their irritation in a common foe.
All right. Cast speak into its mind. I say, hello, my name's Matt. I'm the one back here, and I kind of wave at him.
You speak into its mind, and you all hear this. The god speaks to me! He speaks in my mind!
actually, this could be. In your
And this
favor.
creature falls down to its knees, and you hear this murmuring behind him, echoing out of the cavern behind him.
Matt here. How you doing? All right.
It takes a moment. This creature's obviously in shock, right? And it's Mount. And there's again this just wave of like gurgles and whispers and weirdness behind it. There's a commotion forming, building in the cavern beyond him.
Oh, dude. Oh no, you can't walk on water. You can run on it. Okay. I was about
We
to
have
say,
no idea what's
fucking
happening.
Jesus out there. But
I say, what's your name?
Says,
I have a feeling
great
it's got a
one.
lot of bees in
I
it.
am Satarpa.
Satorlal. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Sounds like y'all got a problem with this tentacly guy.
The creature is taken aback, and cries out, "The god speaks of the hated foe!" And you hear shouts, and a few moments, few heartbeats later, you hear this. What is happening here? And you see behind the fish folk that you are speaking to, the one holding the man catcher, he's on his knees now. You see this corpulent fish, just kind of
Super
like
fat fish guy.
like very oh shit.
Boss ass.
I was gonna be like very who's Rutu's or oh fuck
Tom Kench.
Oh yeah, very Tom Kench actually. Yeah, very Tom Kench. So this big overweight fish comes stomping up behind this other one and looks across
Food was scarce.
and it slaps the one on its knees in its head. That's not a god. And you hear this murmur wave behind him.
Yeah, he's right. I'm not a god.
Are you saying that out loud or telepathically?
I think I'm still talking to the same one, so yeah, I'm just gonna tell him, yeah, he's right. I'm not a god.
This guy is it's like he's witnessing a miracle, but it's being shown for a sham, and he's so torn.
He now sees the strings.
He's like, he wants to be like, the god still speaks in my mind, but it's clear like his leader is standing over him, and he's like, right? Yeah. It's very it's very one of those moments.
I now speak to the fat fish, and I say, "Hey there, I'm Matt," and I kind of wave from the back again.
You hear this kind of like throaty growl from this creature's voice, right? And you get a response. No. You get a response, but it's slow. It's formulated, and it's not telepathic. He speaks out loud, and he makes a big show of it, gesturing about him. He says, I am Nulgaloop, Archpriest of Klabu. And you hear this echoing kind of like in the cavern behind him.
Alright, I'll speak out loud then. Greetings, Nulgaloop. Anyone else want to take over?
Nope, I don't do the talking.
All right.
To parlay with
we come to parlay.
Matt kind of turns to, or Ezra turns to Matt. Sorry. Do we want to make our intent known?
I mean,
I feel like the Aboleth knows we don't like him, so.
But to say that we are planning to might be a little presumptuous.
I mean, we're gonna have to be frank if
we're.
I mean, that's why there's
I speak directly into your mind. What the hell are you talking about?
If we vocalize down a echoing chamber that we intend to kill the Aboleth,
the Aboleth knows we're gonna kill it.
It presumes it. It doesn't know it. Let's leave some mystery.
Saying it doesn't make it so.
It's like we both consented to the act. We're both naked. We're both in the bedroom. But we're gonna leave a little bit of mystery.
Yeah, turn the lights off.
It's the spice of life, Jeremy.
All right. The Aboleth might not be sure whether or not you're coming back to try and kill it.
I mean, maybe he'll pause to attempt to negotiate again if we don't.
I feel like he's more likely to do that if we roll up with an army of fish people.
Yeah, but how dope is that going to be?
Is anyone else concerned that the fish immediately thought that anyone speaking telepathically was a god?
Yeah, no, that didn't cross my
No, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty concerning. We're gonna walk into the Aboleth's area and they're gonna be like, "We joined the god!"
Yeah.
You don't think that he's already tried, though? That they've already...
They've clearly had encounters with him before, and they see him as a foe, so...
Is that... What did we say to him? What was said? I was not paying attention, because I don't do talking.
We haven't said anything yet. Not really.
Even if you're not doing the talking.
Nulgaloop is over there like, the strangers are brain-addled. They sit on the beach and futzapust themselves.
Retrieve the man-catchers.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Y'all want to kill this Aboleth or not?
Yeah, do that. That's good. This is good. I like this.
Wait, are you asking your party that, or are you asking the Kuatoa that?
I'd ask that to the group abroad.
Everybody in earshot. The turtle next
Including
to you
the
says, like,
aboleth that's under the water right next to you.
Did you mean Kuato or did you mean Aboleth?
Because
said
the
aboleth.
fish people are in the water, aren't they? I feel like
Yeah.
they'd be like, oh, there's an aboleth here.
It could be invisible. They don't know that.
you're so paranoid.
That's accurate. That is accurate. That is very accurate. Ezra lives a world in fear.
Okay, so what happens? Were you
Ezra-
actually like shouting out to the Kuatoa? Do they want to kill the aboleth?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're here for. Looking for allies to kill this thing. I don't see why we gotta beat around the bush at it.
You see the Newell Galoop kind of like a very pudgy kind of wobble, turns and he's the dry skins seek allies against the hated foe. Today will be a day of celebration.
Maybe we don't celebrate until, you know, after.
And he turns right, and kind of like you see, he's got this kind of like swishy cape on his back, right? Turns and kind of flourishes the cape and begins to like waddle off into the distance. And you see fishmen kind of like bloop, 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 heads up out of the river, in kind of like this line leading
There they are.
towards
I was about to say, I ain't seen a single one yet.
the spot, leading basically it's like a runway, like come this direction, right? And
I go this
the
direction, but if I get pulled under, I'm
the man catcher one kind of like hobble like over to the edge, and he kind of just like motions you forward.
All right, I'll move across the water.
Okay. So you guys begin to move across the water, and even here it is fouled, right? And you find yourself.
Oh, there's so many fish.
You
Oh,
find
that's a lot of
yourself,
fish.
okay. So as you
Why do
guys
they look like they're
arrive,
out of focus. Is it just me?
huh?
I think it's just you.
Okay.
Yeah,
they
I
look like
think
they're out of focus to me.
Some of them look out of focus. I don't know.
All
maybe.
of them look out of focus.
Oh.
Zoom in farther, see if that fixes it.
Yeah, zoom in more. Okay.
I think if anything, that made it worse.
This cavern's multiple entrances are thick cover of green slime.
Thick.
And the edge of the beach is lined. You actually watch as this particular Kuatoa motions you through. You see caltrops covering the beachhead, made of sharpened bones, okay, of fish bones, basically. And as you kind of make your way into this bigger open cavern, you see there are dozens and dozens of fish folk here. A lot of them literally look green around the gills. Many of them are laying on pallets, and there's this kind of like stench of vomit, of sickness here, right? And there's a fair number of young, kind of like running around the place. And a Kuatoa child is a weird thing. It's basically like a cut-off fish head with little legs and arms that just runs around. It looks
reverse
very
mermaid.
strange. Yes.
No reverse mermaid.
Yes, it looks really strange because they're like 90% of their body is their little fish head.
Oh, jeez, that's weird.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeremy, before we get too far into this part, could we take like a
sure.
10-minute break?
So, absolutely. You come up onto this beach and you see this large colony of sick, diseased fish folk, of Kuatoa, and it is at that point that we will go ahead and take our break. And when we get back, we'll see if an alliance can be made. If something can be done, or if Bones' way will win out and you'll get some hearts and some
Carve our way out of
$1,000
the fish
gold
village.
bounties.
Yeah, maybe we'll win hearts and minds one way or the other.
So
Oh, God.
we will see you all in about 10 or so minutes. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, everybody.
Bye.